Hello everyone out there in the real world, welcome back to my Lego world, welcome to Daly's Bricks. Welcome back to the video then guys and girls, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Before we get started, please can I ask, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to this channel, and also head on over to @Dailies_bricks on Instagram and give us a like, a follow there, and come and say hi. We always love seeing and hearing from you guys. So today's video, let's get cracking. We're going to build the brick bank modular. Yes. We're slowly but surely picking up modulars here at Daly's Bricks. You know, we started with the diner a couple of years ago, and it's like anything with Lego, things retire over years, and we missed out just because we weren't in Lego at that moment, kind of thing. And Brick Bank is one of those. And luckily, I found one getting sold in a great condition, in the box and everything like that, the other day. In fact, I found one. I had a text off someone who I bought the pet shop off. He kind of said, "I've got this, do you want it?" I was like, "How much?" "Yeah, I'll take that, mate, off your hands." It was a bargain price, so we got it, snapped it up, and we're going to build it now and put it in our city. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. First and foremost, before we get to the build, we've got the box. Now this is obviously the old style Create Expert boxes, or the last style should I say, because there was an older style than this, I do believe. As you can see, nice bright colourful box, unlike nowadays where the darker boxes, which I don't actually mind. It shows you the brick bank there, the minifigs outside, and kind of shows you the floors down the side bit here. So it is set number 10251, brick bank, 2,380 pieces, and this at the time was judged as a 16 plus set. Just a quick look on the back, you can see the scenes and things here. It shows you in detail the floors. So you've got the ground floor there with the laundry mat and stuff in, then kind of a big open space there as you would look down, the offices of the bank staff, and then the roof there. And just a few kind of fun scenes you can see, like a bank heist going on here, and then what it can look like with other modulars. So around the time when Brick Bank was released, obviously you had Detective's Office and Parisian Restaurant out. So you know, this is what always drew me, seeing the kind of the scenes of how it could look in the street. Really looking forward to getting this and Parisian Restaurant, as I understand they're both really good builds, so hopefully we'll get our hands on them at some point as well. So let's get cracking with it really. Let's not waste any time. Let's start getting this build put together. Here we have the first bit of brick bank done then. We've done the tiling on the street floors here, the tiling inside the brick bank itself, and then also the tiling for the floor for the Soaps and Studs laundry store. And then I believe this corner here is also going to be for the bank vault. So far, really enjoying the build. You might notice there's a green base plate rather than the light tan base plate it came with. I actually decided I was going to swap them out because I've got a load of these green tile base plates and they're readily available, and the tan one isn't easily available and they cost quite a bit on Bricklink. So I just thought maybe in the future there might be something I want a tan plate for, and on these modulars they really don't make a difference. The only slight difference is you can see in there a little bit where the vents are on the floor, but it's not the end of the world. It's the same on Assembly Square, it's the same on the Palace Cinema. If I just show you, you can see the red bit in there. So at the end of the day, it's not a massive problem for me. I just kind of wanted to future proof myself a little bit. I think using these green ones are a little bit better for the modular buildings, just because they're more easily available. But so far so good, and enjoying it. Here we have the ground floor done so far for brick bank, and I've got to say I'm really enjoying. Here we have the ground floor for brick bank all done, and I've got to say that I am really enjoying this build. Brick bank's one of those that I think looks really nice as a modular. It's one of the newer modulars, I guess. So if you saw my kind of build of the pet shop last month, you know, I felt it was a bit bland and plain looking on the inside. The pet shop had a little bit more detail and stuff, but this one's got a little bit more build and details on the outside, like things like these columns here, which is a really good use of these kind of money pieces, I guess, these gold bar pieces. You put all those on individually, and even up to these little stained kind of money windows. It's all just a really nice kind of, it looks like a bank, details and stuff. And the laundry mat next door is really nice as well. And inside you can see there you've got the washing machines, and then the inside part of the bank here, you know, you've got the cashier teller, the big safe, which was a really nice build. So with this, when you're building it, you've got lots of little things to build and then place in, and I think that's how the modulars are nowadays, and a lot more, for me, a lot more fun to build, and also it takes a little bit more time, but I'm absolutely fine with that because I don't want to rush these. I enjoy building them. So far so good. We're going to start building the next floor up. Well, there you go. We finished building the Lego brick bank. Now this was a really fun set to build. I really did enjoy putting it all together. What I would say about it is you can definitely tell this is one of the more recent modulars. I know it's retired and it's been retired for a few years now, but with my, I guess, kind of limited experience of building the modulars, you can definitely see the progression over the years when you've built some of the older ones. Obviously, the Pet Shop and Palace Cinema are the two other older ones that I've built, and going through that kind of journey and then building the more recent ones like Corner Garage and Bookshop and things like that, you can definitely see the progression over the years the Legos made with these modulars. They've kind of gone from empty shells to storytelling scenes, and I guess that's reflective as well in you see a lot of the instruction manuals for the new ones like the police station and stuff, where they have little stories and giving the minifigures names and things like that. I just love that, and it's quite nice to see that progression over time. What I would say, it does kind of, it's a bit annoying having to maybe build some of the really older ones in a way, because you don't get as much joy I get out of building the older ones now, because like I said, when I built the decorator's house as part of the pet shop, it just felt like it was just a quick build because it was an empty shell, there was nothing in there. Whereas this took a bit of time actually. The ground floor has a lot of great detail in it. It has a bank vault, it has a teller's desk in there, and you know, the floor's all tiled in and things like that. And then you've got the laundromat at the side here, and then as you go up on the next floor, you've got things like the bank manager's office, which is actually in this part here above the laundromat. Oh yeah, you've got a safe as well in the bottom floor. And then as you go up, you've got these nice kind of skylights and the chandelier to make as well, which is quite interesting. So you get a lot of really good building techniques, and then just little things like these little details on the side of the walls here are all just really nice things to do. And I honestly really like the look of this. As one of the older modulars, it was always one that I looked at and I thought, that looks interesting to me. It looks a bit different. I think sometimes the Lego modulars, as much as I love them all, some of them, we've got a few coffee shops, a few restaurants and things like that, and I guess cities have loads of those. But things like this, it's a bit more character, just, yeah, it's just something a bit more about it. It feels like there's stories to tell. Now, with this as well, what we've done is, you might see some leads here, is we've actually lit this one up as well. It's only our second modular to get lit up. The diner we lit up as well, and like I've always said, I don't want to light all our modulars up. I feel like some do better than others. Some you want to see the details inside, and for me, this was actually one where I wanted to see some of the details inside. Some of the stuff inside that bank looks really nice. So luckily enough, I had a lighting kit hanging around, because for the Palace Cinema, which is another one I kind of want to light up, specifically for the big sign out at the front that says Palace, I bought a really cheap one online, and I kind of knew when I bought it was going to be cheap and the price wasn't going to be good, really, and it wasn't. It came, and I think it was falsely advertised, to be fair. I complained to the company with no joy, but the price I paid, I kind of felt, I was going down a bad avenue anyway, trying to even talk to them. Sorry, that's my rant there. So I kind of kept the light kit, and then it kind of struck us that a bank would have very plain kind of lighting, so I put it in here, just my own kind of way, and we'll switch it on now and let you see how it looks. So there it's on. I'm going to switch the big light off in the room, and I think that works. I think it looks quite nice. You can see the detail inside, and we've got the street lamp on as well. As you can see, the laundromat at the side here, that's lit up, and then inside is also lit up, so you can see inside that bank. Now the other thing I quite like about how I've done the lights here is, if you can see, this is the bank manager's office and it's not lit up, and you might say, well, that's a bit of a shame, but I quite like the idea is the bank manager's gone home for the day. The poor rest of the staff, the minions and things like that, they've also got to work. They've got to work for long late hours, but the bank manager, he can just get off whenever he wants to, and the laundromat's 24/7, so that's always going to be open. But I just thought, especially with the detail around these windows and stuff, it just looks nice to have it lit up. So yeah, tell me what you think about that. But I think obviously the bank was always going to just have plain lights. It's not going to have big jazzy lights like the diner does, or the sign lit up like the Palace Cinema. So I thought that works quite well. Now, like I always say, I don't want every building in our city lit up, just because some don't need it. Some of the houses don't need it and things like that, and it is a cost element to it as well. But overall, I think that works really well. Now I'm just going to put the big light on again now for you guys. Now my honest feeling on this building is I really enjoyed building it. If you're sitting on the fence about getting it, I can understand why. Firstly, because it's a retired set, straight away the price has gone up, and you're looking at things like Bricklink and eBay for sets, and it's up to you. If you got that money and you're willing to spend it, then who am I to tell you how to spend your money? I got really lucky on this just because I'm a previous buyer from a private seller. He had one and he messaged me, and the price was right for me. I felt this is absolutely worth it. And it was a really fun set to build. Looks great in the city, and again just adds a bit more character. If there's any negatives I've got to put in there, it's a corner building. I'm not going to say I'm not a huge fan of corner buildings. It just feels like there's a lot of corner buildings, if you know what I mean. Maybe I could point out and say that the minifigures the kind of just bland plain face Lego minifigures, but we've only just recently started putting more detail into the minifigures, especially in our modular sets. So it's a kind of a relic of a time thing. I guess one thing I could say is I really like the laundromat, and it might have been more interesting to have that maybe it's a bit bigger, but at the same time our laundromat's really that big. I don't know, I haven't been to one since I was at university. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's good building, good colour scheme, feels like a bank, looks like a bank, and it is different, more noticeable colour. I guess one day these are going to annoy us for white, because I imagine it's going to go yellowish at some point. Hopefully not, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it looks great, and looking forward to integrating our city, which unfortunately I'm not going to show you properly at the moment because we've been doing some big updates in the city, and if I move the camera anywhere else than here, you might see a lot of those updates, and I don't want to spoil them for you. Obviously you can see we might have some rope plates here, and that might give it a little bit away of why we've had to do this updates. So yeah, all good with the bank. So thank you so much for checking the video out today, guys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how the lights and things like that work. Just give it that little bit of different feel for the brick bank. Now, if you've got any questions, comments, or any suggestions, please hit them up to us. Drop them in the comments below, or you can always find us at Instagram. Okay? If you want to find us on Instagram, we're at dailies_bricks, which is just there. You can send us your suggestions and comments and questions there, or you can do it below. We always love to hear what you guys think. And also, please tell everyone about us here at Dailies Bricks, and don't forget also to like, comment and subscribe. So until next time on Dailies Bricks, we'll see you then. Bye!